What if the one thing you've been told to take for your bones is quietly making your muscles weaker? What if the supplement sitting in your kitchen cabinet, the one you trust the most, is actually making your body more fragile over time? It's recommended by doctors, it's everywhere in drugstores, and it's especially popular among seniors. But here's the shocking part. New research is revealing that this common vitamin taken in excess might be doing more harm than good, especially for people over 60. Could something meant to protect you from falling actually be increasing your chances of it? Could the very thing that's supposed to give you strength be draining it away from your muscles every single day? In the next few minutes, you're going to learn the truth, the science, the consequences, and most importantly, what you can do to protect yourself starting today. Because the mistake is subtle. It's not about stopping the vitamin altogether, it's about understanding how your body actually works and what it truly needs to age well, stay strong, and feel alive again. Before we dive in, if you're even a little curious about how to protect your muscles, your bones, and your brain as you age, hit that subscribe button right now. Because on this channel, we're all about cutting through the noise and giving you real, usable health insights that can change your life. Let's start with something that seems almost too obvious to question. For years, vitamin D has been promoted as essential for bone health, and that's absolutely true. But in recent years, more and more seniors have been prescribed, or have self-prescribed, high doses of vitamin D. And the thinking behind it seems simple. Strong bones need calcium, and calcium needs vitamin D to be absorbed. So more vitamin D must be better, right? Well, not exactly. You see, there's a crucial piece missing in that equation, and it's one that's been quietly overlooked by millions. Vitamin D does help your body absorb calcium. That's well established. But what happens when you're absorbing too much calcium? Especially if you're also taking calcium supplements at the same time, this is where the story takes a sharp turn. When your body gets flooded with calcium, and there's not enough of the right cofactors to guide it, it can start depositing that calcium in places it doesn't belong. Not in your bones, but in your soft tissues. That means your joints, your arteries, your organs, and yes, even your muscles. Instead of building strength, you're building stiffness. And here's where it gets even more troubling. High doses of vitamin D, especially when taken alone, without balance, can suppress an important hormone called parathyroid hormone, or PTH. This hormone helps regulate calcium levels, but it also plays a quiet, underappreciated role in maintaining your muscles. When PTH drops too low, muscle tissue doesn't repair as efficiently, it doesn't regenerate as well. Over time, your strength declines, your balance worsens, and your risk of falling increases. So, ironically, the vitamin you're taking to protect yourself from a fall might actually be increasing the risk of it. Let's go even deeper. In 2022, a large review of clinical trials looked at seniors over the age of 60 who were taking high doses of vitamin D, over 2,000 IU per day. What they found shocked researchers. Instead of better muscle performance, many of the participants showed a decline in muscle strength. Some even had higher rates of falls. And this wasn't just one study. It's a trend that's been quietly building in the scientific community. Too much vitamin D can tip the balance in your body in a way that turns strength into weakness. Now, here's the question we all need to ask. How much is too much? For most adults, especially older adults, the recommended daily intake of vitamin D is about 600 to 800 IU per day. But with the rise of over-the-counter supplements offering 5,000 IU, 10,000 IU, or even more in some cases, it's become incredibly easy to exceed safe levels, especially when combined with calcium, especially when taken every day, without breaks, especially without checking blood levels. Now ask yourself this. When was the last time you had your vitamin D levels tested? If you're like most people, the answer is probably never, or maybe once, a long time ago. But here's the thing. Your body doesn't guess well when it comes to vitamin D, and neither should you, because both low and high levels can create problems. And here's something else to consider. Vitamin D doesn't work in isolation. Your body is a symphony of nutrients working together, and one of the most important partners to vitamin D is magnesium. Magnesium is essential for converting vitamin D into its active form, the form your body actually uses. Without enough magnesium, you can be taking high doses of vitamin D and still be functionally deficient. Or worse, you can end up with too much inactive vitamin D floating around in your system, pushing calcium into your bloodstream without proper regulation. That's when things can get dangerous. Calcium starts building up in your arteries, leading to stiffness, high blood pressure, and even increased risk of heart disease. It can build up in your kidneys, increasing your risk of stones. It can affect your brain, too. Some early research is even linking calcium overload to cognitive decline. And yes, it can interfere with how your muscles contract and relax, making you feel more tired, more sore, more unstable. So if you're feeling weaker lately, if your balance feels off, if you're noticing cramps, stiffness, or just a sense that your body isn't responding like it used to, it might not be age. It might be this silent imbalance. But the good news? You can fix it. And it doesn't mean giving up vitamin D entirely. What it means is becoming smarter about how you use it. It means asking your doctor for a simple blood test to check your 25-hydroxy vitamin D level. It means looking at your magnesium intake. Most seniors are not getting enough, and it plays a critical role in over 300 enzyme systems in the body. It means thinking about your full nutrient picture. Vitamin K2, for example, is another critical player. It helps shuttle calcium into your bones and away from your arteries and organs. Think of it like this. Vitamin D is the key that opens the door for calcium, but vitamin K2 is the one that shows it where to go. Without both, the system breaks down. Now you might be wondering, how can you tell if your muscles are being affected by too much vitamin D? Here are some signs that are easy to overlook, but speak volumes once you know what to look for. Unexplained muscle aches, especially in the thighs or shoulders. Feeling weaker when climbing stairs or getting out of a chair. Frequent cramps or spasms, especially at night. Fatigue that lingers even after a full night's sleep. Balance issues that seem new or getting worse. Or that general feeling that your body is heavier to move, that everything just feels like more effort. If any of this sounds familiar, it's time to take a closer look. Not just at what you're lacking, but at what you might be overdoing. And here's the twist. It's not just supplements. Vitamin D is also being added to more and more foods, cereals, milk, orange juice, even some snack bars. So even if you're not taking a supplement, your total intake might be higher than you realize. And if you're also spending time in the sun, yes, your body produces vitamin D naturally, then the numbers can really add up. This isn't about fear. This is about awareness. Because the truth is, vitamin D is incredible when used properly. It supports bone health, immune function, even mood. But it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. And when it's out of balance, it can turn from helper to silent saboteur. So what can you do today? First, check your labels. Look at your supplements, your multivitamins, your food. Add it all up. Are you exceeding 4,000 IU a day? That's the upper safe limit according to the National Institutes of Health. More than that, and you're stepping into risky territory. Second, get your levels tested. A simple blood test can tell you where you stand. Optimal levels are usually between 30 and 50 ng/ml, depending on your health status. Too low and you're at risk. Too high and you're at risk in a different way. Third, consider the whole picture. Are you getting enough magnesium, vitamin K2? Are you staying active to keep your muscles stimulated and your bones strong? These are the questions that matter. Not just, should I take vitamin D, but am I taking it wisely? Am I supporting the rest of my body at the same time? Because aging strong isn't just about adding more. It's about getting the balance right. If you're over 50 and your joints ache when you get out of bed, go upstairs, or just try to enjoy a walk. It's not your age and it's not your fault. The real issue? Your body's running out of a natural substance that cushions your joints like a shock absorber. And most supplements out there, glucosamine, collagen, all of it, don't fix this. But now, researchers have discovered a breakthrough that can actually restore what your joints are missing. And people in their 60s, 70s, even 80s are seeing real relief. If you're feeling stiff, sore, or weaker lately, stop guessing. Check the link in the pinned comment now. Let's pick up right where we left off, because if this common vitamin can be both a hero and a hidden hazard, then knowing how to balance it might be one of the most important things you do for your long-term strength, independence, and vitality. So let's dig into the next part of the equation, the piece almost no one is talking about. It's not just about how much vitamin D you're taking, it's how your body is handling it. And here's a fact that might surprise you. Even with all the supplements, Even with the fortified foods, even with hours of sunlight, many older adults are still functionally deficient in vitamin D, not because they don't get enough, but because their bodies can't activate it. That's right, vitamin D has to go through a transformation process before it can actually do its job. It starts in the skin when you're exposed to sunlight, or it enters through food or supplements. But from there, it has to go through the liver, where it's converted into 25-hydroxyvitamin D, and then it has to be activated again in the kidneys, becoming the hormonal form calcitriol. This is the form your body actually uses, and here's where age changes everything. As we get older, both liver and kidney function tend to decline. Even subtly, this slows down the conversion process. So even if your blood test shows an adequate level of 25-hydroxy-D, your body might still not be producing enough of the active form. You might be absorbing calcium inefficiently, or worse, directing it into the wrong places. So what does this mean for you? It means that balance isn't just about the dose of vitamin D, it's about how well your body processes it. And this brings us back to something we touched on before: magnesium. Magnesium is the quiet hero in this story. Without enough of it, your enzymes can't properly convert vitamin D into its active form. And here's the kicker: high levels of vitamin D actually increase your body's need for magnesium. So if you start taking more D without increasing your magnesium, you're setting yourself up for a hidden deficiency, one that might manifest as fatigue, muscle weakness, insomnia, irregular heartbeat, or even anxiety. And most people have no idea what's really causing those symptoms. Now, here's the encouraging part. The solution isn't complex or expensive. It just requires attention. Instead of mega-dosing vitamin D in isolation, focus on synergy. Think of your nutrients as a team: vitamin D, magnesium, vitamin K2, calcium, and even boron, all working together. When the team is balanced, you build real strength, strength that lasts. And now let's talk about strength in a very real sense: your muscles. Sarcopenia is the medical term for age-related muscle loss. It's one of the most important predictors of loss of independence, falls, and frailty in older adults. And yet, it's often ignored until it becomes visibly obvious. But here's what the science is showing: sarcopenia doesn't just happen because of aging. It happens because of inflammation, nutrient imbalance, and physical inactivity. And one of the major players in this is, again, calcium mismanagement. When your body directs too much calcium into your soft tissues instead of your bones, it changes how your muscles contract. It affects how your nerves communicate. It reduces flexibility. It creates micro-tensions that wear you down over time. Think of it like rust building up inside a machine. At first, it's subtle, but over time, it makes movement harder. It makes strength feel like effort. It slows you down. This is why so many older adults say, "I just don't feel as strong as I used to." And often they're taking all the right supplements, but they're missing the balance, or they're not being told about the importance of exercise, specifically resistance training. Let's make this practical. If you're over 60, here's a foundational approach to protect your muscles and bones without falling into the trap of excess. Get your levels tested before adding any new supplement, especially if you've been taking high doses for a long time. Aim for 800 IU of vitamin D per day, unless your doctor prescribes otherwise, and always balance it with magnesium, around 300 to 400 mg daily, preferably in glycinate or citrate form for better absorption. Add vitamin K2, MK7, to your routine, 100 to 200,000 mcg per day, to help guide calcium into your bones and away from your arteries and muscles. Limit calcium supplements unless you're truly deficient. Most people get enough from food, dairy, leafy greens, almonds, and when paired with adequate vitamin D, your body uses it more effectively anyway. Move your body. Nothing replaces movement. Muscle needs stimulation to stay strong. Even simple bodyweight exercises, 2 to 3 times a week, can profoundly shift the aging curve in your favor. Watch for signs: muscle cramps, twitching, fatigue, weakness, or even a creeping sense of imbalance could be early warnings. They're your body's way of whispering before it shouts. And yes, All of this matters even if you're in good shape, because prevention is not about reacting to problems. It's about staying ahead of them. It's about making sure the steps you take today are actually serving you 5, 10, 20 years down the road. Now, I want you to pause and reflect. How many people do you know who are taking vitamin D right now? Probably several. Maybe you, maybe your partner, maybe your parents or your friends. But how many of them know about the magnesium connection, or the risk of soft tissue calcification, or the hormone shifts that affect muscle strength? This is the kind of knowledge that doesn't just change how you supplement, it changes your outcomes. It puts the power back in your hands. And here's a little bonus insight, something I tell everyone over 50. Pay attention to how you feel within an hour of taking supplements. Some people actually feel worse after a large dose of vitamin D. More anxious, more tired, or even a little dizzy. These are signs your body might not be handling it well. And it's not your fault. You've been told to take it just in case. But with the right tests and the right approach, you don't have to guess anymore. So, what's the takeaway? It's not that vitamin D is bad. It's not. It's essential, but it was never meant to work alone. And taking it in isolation, especially in large doses, without balancing nutrients like magnesium and K2, is like trying to drive a car with no steering wheel. It moves forward, but it doesn't go where you want. You want stronger bones? Great. But don't trade your muscle strength for it. You want to prevent falls? Excellent. But don't accidentally increase your risk by overloading on something your body can't process well. You want real, lasting energy? Focus on building a foundation, one that includes good food, smart supplementation, and regular movement. And above all, listen to your body. The clues are always there. The tiny shifts, the muscle fatigue, the subtle weakness, the joint tension, the balance loss. None of these are random. They're signals. Your job is to tune in before they become full-blown symptoms. So the next time you pick up a bottle of vitamin D, ask yourself, is this helping my whole system? Or is it just one piece of the puzzle? And if you're not sure, now you know where to look. And if this sparked something for you, if you're thinking of someone you care about who needs to hear this, send them this video, because together we can replace confusion with clarity, frustration with action, and silent decline with real, vibrant strength. And if you're ready to go deeper into how your nutrition affects aging, immunity, and energy, there's another video on screen right now that will open your eyes even more. Watch that next. You won't believe what's still hiding in your everyday routine.